elephant, so I just kind of click things.
Oh, right. Did you do this or did the kids? It's key cards by TJ's family.
That's their chore for the day. On Fridays and Saturdays, the days that I have to do key cards.
Put your toys away. Do the washing up.
Did you do your chores today? I don't want to do
but I don't know
cards.
what Scorpion does. All right, Muzzy has a weird-looking curve here. He's got 1 into 3 threes. And Dimitri has a Druid-looking curve. You are looking very Druid indeed. What is that on top of the mattress question mark?
Look, he moved to the side just so we'll see it.
What is that?
Zoom, enhance.
Just mini statue of Charlie Chaplin or something. At least I hope it's Charlie Chaplin.
That is bizarre. He's also placed what appears to be a small light in his window, on his windowsill. That's a window.
Maybe an Argentina team jersey there, possibly, next to the white coat. Something like that.
Wow, he's spiced things up a little bit.
He's made it very tough for us. There's all sorts of things going on there. There's no way we can ever look at this match again. Yeah, there's definitely stuff there. I like the way he keeps moving so we don't miss it, so we've got no excuses. What's happening in the game, TJ?
Muzzy's playing some of these threes. That's what's happening. So this matchup can get interesting. Obviously, if the Druid doesn't really hit its good stuff, it can lose against just about anything. But if it does hit its good stuff and can pop off, there are some ways that Quest Hunter can fight back, notably in the form of Professor Slate, which gives your spells poisonous. And if you can combine that with some targeted removal or AoE and Bola Shot, then you can sometimes get through these massive board states. But it's not super likely because it's usually a full board, and then you'd have to have like Professor Slate plus multiple Bola Shots or multiple removal. But it can happen. Just something to point out.
But meanwhile, on the other side, DimitriKazov has had basically the best nuts Druid start you can get. He's got the Glowfly Swarms and the Arbor Ups ready to swarm and up. Gonna be hard to remove, even with an explosive trap, because the Arbor Up gives you some extra health.
Whoa, okay. Muzzy I was like, okay, lock and load we can rule out because he has one. Look at how he's rubbing his hand. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now we're on to something here.
I love how
double lock and load with 2 arcane shots as well. This could be some fire. Fire.
Fire. All season long, whenever there's been a choice between something and something that's a lot more fun and nearly as good, he's just taken the second option.
Yeah.
Like lineups, everything.
Lineups, plays, card choices.
Yeah.
Wall decor. Wait, nope, not wall decor.
No, he hasn't got any of that. There's just one nail above his head somewhere, I think. Oh no, that's just a spot on my monitor. There you go. There's nothing on the wall. Not as tidy a room as Killin's.
You can go double lock and load here and clear 3 of these Glowflies. And add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards to his hand.
I was waiting for the animation to break, so there's a target inside a target. The animation has survived somehow.
Oh! No, you don't want to go for explosive. Actually, he can remove 4 because he gets the free hero power as well at the end of it all. Cool.
How slow is this animation running? Amazing. Wait, what's the complex problem here?
I have no time for games.
Whether or not to play Explosive Trap instead and hope that Arbor Up's not there.
Yep, fair enough. But what you said, because he gets the freebie at the end here, this is definitely the best line. I don't know what any of these cards do anymore. Actually, I do so far.
Oh, petting zoo. Oh, man.
Well, that's a handful of cards. Solar Eclipse into Arbor Up, though. It's a lot more easily spotted than all the nonsense we just watched from Muzzy, but just as effective.
So
he needs
to survive.
To get rid of 3 of these just to stay in the game. 3 on the left, basically.
If only Professor Slade had stealth.
We can see he's dead next turn anyway, but let's try and kill 3 of these off. Can he Explosive Trap and injure some of these? No.
There's no way for him to survive. That's pretty rough. That was a cool game, though. You get to have a lot of stuff in hand, which, you know, fun factor through the roof. Every other factor
through the floor.
The opposite, yeah. Underneath the floor. There you go.
Stonks are down for winning that game. Fun stocks. Straight up.
Yep. That's a good one.
Okay. Well, still plenty more quests where that came from for Muzzy. Dimitri is just down to his own real hunter now. And I've lost which Demon Hunter it is. It's OTK, Demon Hunter.
Yep.
That's very normal.
Yeah, he's got some pretty normal stuff going on, I will say.
I think that's been our one. I think we both rate Dimitri as a very strong player all season. The one criticism I think we've both had is a little bit of normalcy in his lineups, or not necessarily always having the right lineup for the week. Mm-hmm. You say that's fair?
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Because his actual play, I mean, apart from the week where we started saying how great he was playing, where he then proceeded to make 2 or 3 mistakes, his actual play has been pretty good on streams, got to be said.
Yeah. And even like the mistakes that he did make, they were in very difficult situations that we weren't even sure if it was like a win, right? So, understandable. Yeah. But I'm not surprised that Muzzy's just going to keep queuing up Quest Hunter until he gets a win or until he loses the series, whichever one happens first.
Yep, this will be better, like you mentioned before, but this will be better than normal Hunter against Demon Hunter, but that's not difficult. Most things are better than Face Hunter against Demon Hunter. It's one of the worst matchups in the whole game. So it needs to be a lot better, and I don't think it's going to be a lot better. It certainly should be easy enough for the Demon Hunter to manage their healing.
Just pick Star Student Stelina, hope that Muzzy just doesn't play the quest.
Yeah, oh no, what have I done? I've waited 4 turns to play the quest, and now I've lost it. I mean, more realistically, you can hold it and hope you can remove the reward at the end. Sometimes that's a thing, but the Hunter tends to be able to clear it with 1 mana spells, so
yeah,
not that important. Unlike the mirror match where the Demon Hunters kind of have to throw the Kurtrus out there whenever they get the chance and not necessarily... Yeah, they might have to hold on to it for a turn, complete the quest and play it the next turn a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty tough, though. Quest Hunter thrives when it can kind of whittle down its opponent, and OTK Demon Hunter is not really a deck that you can whittle down. Unlike those statues.
No time for games.
I like the statue. I think it's cool. Super early lock and load.
Yeah, he can dump a coin here too. Turn that coin into a hunter card. What would it become? It became a Carrion Studies. That is very cool.
Black arrow.
What did this one become?
I don't know.
Timer. It summons a minion from your deck and then it attacks face and dies? Something like that?
Thanks, Muzz.
Summon a minion from your deck and attacks the enemy hero, then dies. Okay, I was right. At first, I was thinking to myself, there's no way that could be right. But nope, that's correct. There it is.
Okay.
And what can he summon from his deck that can attack face and die? Parakotobane, Mankrik, Bloodmage Thalnos,
Don't want to summon any of those things.
Wandmaker. Like at most, it's 6 mana, 3 damage. That's at best.
So would the coin have been better? Most probably.
What? No, the coin is the Carrion Studies. The Arcane
Oh, okay.
Shot.
Fair enough.
Would you play this card? 2 mana, deal 2 damage, give yourself a Maxima Plastenheimer. Would you play that card?
2 mana. I mean... Oh, yeah, I wouldn't play it in this deck, no. There's probably ways you can make that card do something.
Yeah.
But not by having a deck full of 2/2s. Your Wandmaker appears, attacks the enemy, and vanishes out of your deck.
Although green is very good.
Gets him closer to the real stuff. Alright, Muzzy's just going to start tempoing out some minions. I wonder what this Carrion Studies can do. Can that do anything crazy?
What's the biggest thing you can find? Let's have a bit of a peek here. Probably not, but it's worth a look. We don't really see it played very often, so there's the clue usually.
Yeah.
Pleasure doing business.
I think it's like Savannah Highmane, but every minion is just a problem against. Like, it's not a problem for the Demon Hunter in general. It's very good at just picking off one round of minions.
Yeah.
I mean, Muzzy's got all the reload he could ever need. He's got, Barak, tracking, Maxima.
What about like a Kobold Sand Trooper?
Job's done.
Highlight that for myself and pretend it's for the audience.
It's like a way for him to get some extra reach. Not even sure if it's in standard. It must be because it's there. Like he could use that to like turn an overwhelm into what essentially would be 5 damage because of the free hero power once quest is complete.
Didn't we play that alongside the 3/4 knife girl at one point?
I
feel like
maybe
we did.
A face deck, but not that I know of. Leopard, I'm sure, but slow and steady for Muzzy here. Not really any of their options.
Something Dimitri can do here is start counting how much mana he needs to combo. So, for instance, he's got 1 Moarg, 1 Arcanist, 1 Il'gynoth, and the Blast, which would be 9 mana. So he can set up to win on turn 9. It's a long way off, but that's how much healing he needs. He needs to get to turn 9 that way. Also possible with double Arcanist, a very similar result is obtainable, of course.
Want to know why they call me Kodo?
Get some spells out here. again, the difficult part is going to be piecing together, finishing the quest, and then piecing together enough damage to actually go for close to a one-turn kill, right? And this hand is getting incredibly clunky. Clyde, I mean, honestly, at this point, Muzzy's like, yeah, please, get this stuff out of my hand. Except for the 3 cards that are picked up from the actual Barret Kodobane. The rest of them, Muzzy's like, yeah, I don't want them.
Dimitri's hand kind of went that way as well in some ways, in that he's picked up all the combo pieces and no card draw. So he's also had his own issues, but of course, time is on his side. If Muzzy's not injuring him, that's fine by him.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it's still a bad thing because now he has just less cards, and the bad cards that he didn't even want to play are in his deck. Immediately gets back Carrion Studies, and much less damage. Mancrick's not terrible. I mean, overall, not terrible stuff, but just his ability to complete the quest at this point is not the best.
Python's interesting because it gives him a little bit of cover if he wants to try and make a little board in a turn or two alongside the Mancrick, say. As the Demon Hunter tends to have to kill sort of 2 or 3 of your things at once, so Python's kind of cool. There we go. A board only a mother could love.
My quest, my revenge, it all ends here!
Yeah, Dimitri's resolved all of those problems with that glide now, though. He is going to just go on full OTK mode. With the Kurtrus, he's got acrobatics in hand as well. It worked out really well for him. And next turn, he can sort of start the pop off, and the turn after that, he'll be looking at potential lethals. So Muzzy's not even managed to get the quest on the board yet. It's looking really, really good for Dimitri here in game 2.
Yeah, he would have to whiff pretty heavily many turns in a row to lose this game, which I just don't see happening.
Trying to think what Muzzy would be able to draw to even get into it, but he's so far away. I mean, even the Kurtrus is a problem for him at the moment.
Yeah.
Like just the minion Kurtrus.
I mean, at least it's a minion that Muzzy can actually use spells into, right?
Yeah?
Storm Piper.
Buff the Python up, like, great. I think the question here is, do you want to piercing shot and trade in the Python, at least have some big stuff on board and just go, okay, well, I'm losing this anyway. If you've got the clear, have the game. I'm so far behind. Or does he want to try and win it by how he's supposed to win it, being by looking after his board and hoping that he doesn't die to DimitriKazov in the next 2 or 3 turns? And that just seems unlikely. So yeah, he's going to go for the first option there.
Yeah. Some stats. Still plenty of draw left for DimitriKazov if he wants it.
Yep, and very little danger as well with that I-beam in hand.
Yeah.
The answer is here.
You can throw out the studies first, see if you can hit a skull. But he's going to get his free draw first and see what he hits. Oh, he's not going to. He's going to get it out of his deck.
I bet you can do this!
That looks like he's going to acknowledge this board's existence. Probably not even necessary for him to win the game.
I got it all.
Completely honest, but I'll take it. And these are the 2 acrobatics cards, so he'll get to draw 2 more. There's the reduced Il'gynoth. There is a philosophy. He's already used a Moarg, so unless he finds another glide and shuffles all this back in, that's the cheapest that Moarg's getting. So,
Yep. Gives him 12 potential damage from the Il'gynoth and the Marg's next turn alone from the I-Beam. Which obviously is not really where he wants to be at, but with the 6 he's got on board and with whatever his potential top deck is.
Yep.
See, this is why I was surprised in that previous match when the quest was done on like turn 5 or something for the Hunter, because this has been my experience with the Hunter, is it just takes forever. Maxima just not pulling her weight.
Oh, but you just wait. You just wait.
Well, I'm laughing now, but she'll have the final laugh.
I think we'll all have the final laugh.
Alright. Skull is an option. Spectral Sight is also an option because it can win the game this turn.
Yeah, I think
5 cards left.
you can just guarantee it, right? Like, you could just play Skull, but he's going to take it slower and, like you said, could pick up this turn. Another Spectral Sight, cool. There's the Fell Screen Blast. Acrobatics. Easy peasy.
It's there. 2-0 to DimitriKazov versus Muzzy's Hunter deck that people keep banning, and maybe it's just been a bluff all along.
Yeah. But I don't think so. I think it's just good. It's just good.
All right. The final deck for Dimitri. Let's have a look. See if there's any chance that Muzz can get this done.
Hunter. Face Hunter.
Face Hunter.
I think that's right in the sweet spot for Muzzy.
All right, explain.
He's still got Mage up. He's got Mage and Warlock up. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty rough for our good pal Muzz here. Has Quest Hunter versus Face Hunter, which we actually saw him win in his series yesterday. And it's a matchup that I'm actually a big fan of from the Quest Hunter side, because I feel like there's a lot you can do to increase your odds to win. But as far as like the rest of the series goes, Muzzy's got to beat Face Hunter with Mage, also all tasks, and then has to beat Face Hunter with the Zoo Warlock, which I honestly am not sure. You're just killing yourself so fast. And you're completing quests so fast, but you're not offsetting all of the damage. You're only offsetting some of the damage.
You can sneakily get the board, as it does a lot of damage very fast, just in normal terms, even without the giants. Just flame imps and such like does overload the hunter pretty quickly.
You're right. So, you know, that's why I'm kind of unsure. You also have like Minari Mosher as well to kind of bounce yourself back up if you have a demon stick at some point. So that there's some tools in there. It still runs Touch of Nathazim, which is crazy, but whatever. It's still a Flush Giant deck at the end of the day. So
yeah,
you got to get that cheaper somehow. And it still even runs. Oh no, never mind. It does not run the Drain Soul. It's the Unstable Shadow Blast that it runs, which makes a lot of sense for what you're trying to do with the deck. So, it's possible. But he's got to get over this matchup first, which is not easy. I still am a fan of Quest Hunter in this matchup in particular, because they can just control the early board. Yeah. And then their draws later in the game are just kind of better because they can squeeze in more damage for less mana.
Yeah, I like the way you described it yesterday, where you mentioned that the Quest Hunter has all the good tools that the normal Hunter has, and then it's just better adapted to it after the quest comes out to win the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked that. However, on this occasion, Dimitri has got a really flying start here.
Yep. And Muzzy is dead. This series is gonna end.
Well, yeah, he's dead.
Well, I mean,
Wound Prey is a card.
yeah, like Wound Prey, Arcane Shot. If Muzzy picks up like another Arcane Shot, another Wound Prey, or an Overwhelm, he could come back on this board. Like Dimitri's first instinct was to go Guardian Aug Merchant on the Intrepid Initiate, which means Wound Prey plus Arcane Shot is great. If he puts it on the Demon Companion here, that's just genius level thinking. Perfectly plays around Muzzy's hand. But Muzzy can stop a lot here. This is true.
Yeah, you don't mind being low on resources in this deck either. It's built to run on low resources early on. You'll find a way to get cards back later with Barak or with Pantheras. So
Yeah.
it's okay to advance your quest with your hand and then find a way to refill it later.
Yeah. Completes first part of the quest too, which is a pretty big deal. Now this hero power can start targeting some minions. Okay, that's a pretty good pickup for Dimitri. Just give something on board. Muzzy's probably not too worried about it. You can hero power that and then you get the Panthara down to start controlling the board. But he's taking some damage. This is one coming in next turn. If he goes for the play I said, he's going to be taking even more. He's going to be taking 3 more. But he's starting to progress the quest a little more and starting to ramp up.
Yeah, and the quest is just useful as it goes. It's not. This isn't the beat you with a combo. This is just I'm going to shoot your minions. Yeah, exactly this. This is why this is useful. And if you get to do that twice a turn after the next level of the quest, that's also fine.
Oh yeah, lock and load picked up. We are ready to go.
Locked and loaded.
Hungry, aren't ya?
Dimitri has a lot of damage in his hand himself, though. If Muzzy does get control of the board, Dimitri's almost at the point where he can just start using stuff from hand directly to finish off the game, kind of like he would against a mage.
Yeah. Opportunity here for Professor Slate plus Bola Shot. I think from Muzzy's perspective, it's likely that he picked Rhino, but he actually does have an answer to Rhino in hand. So he would take some damage. In this case, he'd need 4 additional damage, but he's actually sticking a minion in this case, no matter which way Dimitri goes. Dimitri really wants to kill this Professor Slate because otherwise the Rhino dies a lot easier. But then he pushes less damage, and that's his whole turn. He's not weaving in hero powers or doing anything else. So,
hey, in some worlds, Muzzy has 3 answers to Rhino in hand. But yes, you're talking about the piercing shot, of course.
yeah.
But the other 2 also answer Rhino quite happily. Thank you. Right. Yeah, Dimitri's processing what you were just saying about where do you go, what do you do here?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Seems like the sensible outcome, really, but you can see that he knows this isn't necessarily really what he wants to be doing. It's just there isn't anything better for him to do, so you have to do it.
Yeah. So, Muzzy would love to get something online here. One of these 3 drops. Would love it. Can he rely on Scorpid to get him out? If he doesn't hit it with Scorpid, he could always just hero power and trade in the Panthara.
I like it, TJ. I actually think that's good, because he's just going to straight up play the Man Crick and trade anyway.
Man Crick hero power trade? Okay.
And then he's got Scorpid piercing shot next turn for whatever may lurk there. This is a tough turn for something that seems so simple.
Yeah. Overall, though, pretty weak turn. He's behind on damage, and Dimitri, that's all he has is damage.
Yeah, he's irritated by that pickup, but I think, yeah, now he's thinking about it. It's like, actually, this isn't too bad. So he's going to try and add up, see if he can win it over 2 turns. He would need 14 damage with 2 hero powers to do that. But now the question is, how does Muzzy kill him before he dies from 2 quick shots and, what would that be, 4 hero powers? If Dimitri found no other damage, Muzzy would probably get there, but Dimitri will find other damage. He's got tracking in hand. He's got a quick shot that's going to draw a card.
Let none survive.
Here we go.
The moment is upon us.
Oh, man.
He's locked and loaded again, TJ.
Okay, well, he can lock and load again. Actually, he might want to Wound Prey and Piercing Shot it away to deny that from DimitriKazov.
Yeah.
No time for games.
Oh, this is fun. Not knowing what any of the cards do at all is great. Why can't it find a single card that's ever used? I guess this does get used occasionally. Card that's starting to pop up occasionally in some of the beast decks.
Yeah. I think Muzzy might be a little bit too far behind here. Still needs one more damaging spell to complete the quest. Maybe if he can get it down next turn, he could be okay.
So between now and then, Dimitri's got to find 4 damage. He's got 2 hero powers, which will put Muzzy down to 10. 2 quick shots put Muzzy down to 4. Which isn't the easiest number for a hunter to find, I guess. True Aim Crescent would lower that number substantially. It also would mean he's guaranteed to kill Muzzy in a 3-turn clock, because a True Aim would get some damage in as well.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. That is guarantees to lower the clock. And there are other ways that this can work well for him as well. He can just win anyway, but taking off this 1 damage means that the 4 needed will be at worst 3. Gives him a lot more outs. Has he drawn way too many minions?
Yep. And I think that gets rid of the possibility of him winning the game, because actually, no, he could still pick up, let's say he picks up Arcane Shot, Aim Shot, Quick Shot here. And his minions stick, and he dodges lethal from Dimitri.
Uh-huh. All of those things
7,
are
8,
possible.
9, 10, 13, 16?
So 5 from
Something
the
else?
minions, 6 from the minions.
No time. Victory is in my
He's
Where is he on the
trampling
quest?
Rhino anyway. He needs 1 more to complete the quest. But he wouldn't be able to fit everything in. Like Quick Shot, Aim Shot. But maybe just Aim Shot would be enough in that situation, since it adds more.
And then lock and load or something, just something cheap.
Yeah.
Just to reset another 2 damage.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Dimitri has found the aim shot off
There
the
it
top.
is.
And because he picked up that crescent last turn, he's got the point of damage he needed to get it done. And beautiful work from DimitriKazov. Goes to 3-0. He's now 1 match win away from reaching the playoffs. It's going to be between him and whoever he plays, taking on No Hands Gamer, kind of, if he beats his opponent tomorrow. Who I should know who that is, because we cast that a minute ago. So it's Eddie. Oh, so if he wins, Eddie gets relegated and he gets into playoffs. Because the other way, the opposite is basically true, although Eddie might have to go a little bit further.
Oh, that is a high-stakes match, if I've ever seen one, to happen tomorrow. So we got us some drama with Dimitri winning 3-0. It seemed like that was quite a long 3-0. Muzzy kind of tried to hang in there with the Quest Hunter, but Muzzy still guaranteed a playoff spot. It's just now. Oh no, he's also going to be in.
My torment.
He's going to be in sixth or above, no matter what, right?
Yes. Can Dimitri? No. Does Dimitri? No, of course.
No, there's still
Dimitri
some stuff that could happen.
Tournament. Yeah. If Dimitri wins the tournament, I think it shoves Muzzy down to 7th.
Yeah, and if Dimitri wins and Fled gets second, that'll knock him down even further, right? Because he's currently ahead of Fled because he has a match win in that tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So there's multiple things that can happen to Muzzy, but he is guaranteed playoffs. His seeding has yet to be determined. And then the last playoff spot, still seeding yet to be determined, whoever this is between No Hands Gamer and DimitriKazov. It all depends on that semifinal tomorrow. If Dimitri wins, he is the 8th and final playoff participant. If he loses, then that spot would go to No Hands Gamer. So we're starting to narrow it down. We're beginning to get to that stage, which is cool. And there you go. If you only wanted to be confused more, this is not current because it is current. Yeah, it is current. Because with a win tomorrow, Dimitri would go to 13 points. But his highest finish would then be a semifinal appearance, which No Hands has not made it to a semifinals. So he would pass him in the standings and slot right in there.
While that's on the screen, Rami94, killing all day. Look at those two names on the right-hand side of your screen because they are playing each other in a moment. And you can see very, very clearly there just how important it is. Rami does have better tiebreakers than Killin, so if Killin wins, it's not all over, but you can see the importance. And while you're looking, look at Eddie getting that win in the first match of the day. Still fighting to get more points. The bottom two players have no more points to gain. Luna has no points to gain. Frozen, who is safe, has no points